we're full. Door shut. This is my new marker for lining up with a pipe. Let the air off. Sort of let the air off. It's alright if it runs out this pipe because it can run back in the lagoon. Right, so we're ready, we're all set to go. That's what the ship's like, quite hard. Right then boys. Give it a go, shall we? Oh. No taking off in C3 today. C1, here we go. Blessed with concrete on this farm. I'm blessed with concrete tracks. Nice wide ones. So driving down your farm drive this is, but this is our cow track. We've got posting rail either side. I won't drive into that, the price of wood now. Looks can be deceiving, this ground. Where it's untouched and we bring the cows in early, see it's nice and washed and that. Looks like nice. It's going to be wet out there. I'm going to have to watch it as I go. I'm going to have to really study the fields because the minute I start slipping, I'm pretty fucked. So I've got to pace it out steady. I might not film it actually, I might chicken out it and not film it. I know it'd be good footage, but I don't want to look back at years to come and think of. Right, here we go. I'm out in the field. Not too bad actually. That one out in front with the truck, a bit risky, but it's worth doing because if you're going to get stuck with the truck, then you're going to get stuck with anything. Well, this is alright. It's amazing how green the grass is. I've gone out back, and I'm in a big field here. This is a good 35 to 40 acres field, probably more than that, probably 45, 50 acres. Nice seeing it through. Very hilly though. Going out alright. I think we'll carry on doing a few low like this all the time and we will track on alright. We will get their contractors in any sight of rain and have a big stint because we will overflow and we've got calving and all that coming up, so we don't want to hassle with the job. We got one thing I answered though on this farm is we got stone tracks done practically every field on the farm. The estate put stone tracks, a ring of stone tracks around the whole estate, so you can just drive around the whole lot. And the tracks go to each field, so it's absolutely fantastic for stuff like this in dodgy weather, like dodgy ground conditions, silaging, anything like that. It just works an absolute treat. It's not great for cows' feet, so it's not like you run cows on it, but it is a massive benefit. It is 4 o'clock Sunday morning. I'm on the spring calving unit. I had a late one last night. I've only had a couple hours sleep, but I'm all good. Got plenty of food and whatnot. Don't feel too bad, and it's calving, so I'm pumped. Pumped to the brim. I'm always pumped at the start of calving, and then I get halfway and I get a little bit not pumped. So I'm up on a calving unit, so that means I've got to put my head torch on because the lights are a bit shite up here. We've got these big lights shining down from the barns everywhere, but in some of the sheds there's no way we can get electric in there. So I did put a solar panel light in there, but they are complete bollocks at the moment. It's all the dry cows there. We're in the collecting yard because Tim's sweeping out and bedding down. I'm going to drive them back round in a minute. But we've had a couple calving tonight. So we sorted a, just put my head torch on. We sorted a few out. What we thought was going to calve, and they've calved. So that's half a battle. I ain't got to carry any cows and calves around. Right, I've got my head torch on. There we go. I have been there already, so I have a little check beforehand, but I'll show you now. I don't want to come in there and like the cow dead and whatnot. Right, I ain't got any lights in the shed, so I'm running on head torch. That's what we've got coming out. Coming out black and white. Yeah, Jersey bull calf, that one. This one here, we always have one like this early on, for some reason. Don't know what he is, but heifer calf. There's another one here. That one there's just got up and ran over his mummy. Probably milk. A heifer calf. That ain't a bad calf actually. If they come out like that, see, it's pretty good. That's what I like, and you jump up and I walk in there. We've got another heifer over here, a calf. we've got here? Another brown and white heifer calf. So we've got 1 Jersey bull and 3 heifer calves. Second time calver. Heifer last year. Another second time calver. That's, we call her a warty because she's got water in the front teat. Heifer here. It's nice, that is. That's a nice heifer, that is. I like that. I like heifers, they always covering well. That's fun. Right. So really all I've got to do now, I'm up here because Tim's up here doing a bed down scrape now. So if that's that sorted, I'm going to drive these cows round, then I'm going to milk the milking cows. What's going to take me about 3/4 of an hour. Then I'm going to get these fresh calvers out at the very end. They're going to go on the back of the parlour. And then they're going to go back in that shed today with those calves. Stay with the calves, and I'll take the calves out this afternoon probably and put them in a pen. Right, drive all these round and have a look at them as they go. Not much other on here. There are a few coming on. We're ramping up anyway, we're 11 in now. Calves. Heifer over there. Bag now. They bag up fast up here. Right, 1 minute there's no bagging and go straight back, but this one there sees moving a bit. No wonder about her too much. I haven't bagged up that tight, but she's moving fast. Go on. Get up. Right, so this is all the fresh calvers, problem cows, fidgety cows like that at the moment. Got the side and half of them. Got a few here. This one here, so he's coming a bit weird. Calf, but he'll be alright. I'm going to cleanse him in a minute. Got that cow here, there's 1 dry cow bagged up a bit hard. Not too good, he's still hard there. He might be a write-off, but we'll see how it goes. Fresh cow right here, he's just been milked out, but he's like fairly high sucking it, so we can hold him back. This side here though, I've just got in what are mainly all cows what calving last day or two. And another dry cow here, what we've got out, because we thought he's walking a bit slow, but he is alright, so he'll probably go back in the milkers. Yeah, into the dry cow pen. Fresh calver here, heifer, nice cow. Good 3.7. He's just about a day or two. All these are like a day or two. These ones here are the ones, these 4 here are the ones got a calf last night. A nice bit of colostrum come out of this one. It's a nice cow this is. That's what I want them all like this. That's a warty, what I showed you earlier with the calving shed. It's got a wart. It's got a bigger wart on that somewhere. There we go, see that? That is where they got flies. That summer where it was really, not last summer, summer before. Because this is second time calver. We get a bit of that, but we've only got 1 or 2. But he's alright actually compared to, we've got 1 where like bloody wart hangs down like that. This one here, done. Fresh calf heifer here, last night. Nice teat placement, see that? What we like. They will all go out in the field today, about 10 o'clock. It is nice conditions, there's nothing wrong with them going out on a day like today. It's not that cold, it's 5 degrees warming, there's a nice bit of grass out in the field and it's dry. So then go on out and get a bit of grazing. It's early days, it's only January. Usually it's like Valentine's Day onwards, sometimes 1st of March. We're around some good weather at the moment. As soon as it starts looking bad, it's getting like wet or whatever, or just anything what's not right now, they will come back in. But we make the most in between the days. Right, so once he's done, these all go out and then we get around the April calvers, April cows, milk them, but we're going to dry them off any day and focus on this. Heifer done there, 4.9 litres, too bad. So it's going to be a tough challenging year I reckon, milk price wise. So hopefully the calving, cows calving well, and the calves do well. We'll see how it goes. We'll see what it brings. But we're on the road. This farm is moving, so we'll see what happens over the next 2 months with all this going on. Hopefully we don't get too much trouble, but we will. I always get stressed up halfway through, about 3 weeks in or whatever, when it's all on you. And again, I've got to go home and have a cuddle from my wife. We'll see. Probably be exactly the same this year, but it is what it is, and whatever it be, it will be, and we'll stick it out. Right, here we go. That's it. 4 cows from last night. Heifer, bull. Heifer run. We hit a bull run for long. What I mean by that is you just have loads of them. Anything with a little bit of jersey and it's fit as a fiddle. See that? You just get up. Survival is like fantastic with them. All these, see? Aren't that old? You just push on in. Yeah, see, it's not. It'd be all like that every time. It'd be great. Go on. Want some big days now. If I've got to pick 4 up out of shed, just will pick 10 up. Okay, that's all set for this afternoon. 2 hurdles long, 1 hurdle deep, straw on the bottom, water bowl. These would do 4 or 5 weeks in here. As we move into the year, they do 3 maximum, and then they go out in the field. But because it's early, these would do the longest in the shed. And I've got my chuck on this box at the moment, but we've got the gator when we get the heat plugs fixed on it, and that's coming Monday. So then we have a gator on it, and the gator's got a cage on, so we can put 4 in the gator and then put about 6 in there. So usually it gets us through a morning. Sometimes you've got to do 2 load. It's Sunday afternoon, the 29th of January. Me and Henry here, my son Henry, my youngest son, we're up on the spring unit just looking at the calves, what have been born so far. So it's all started to kick off. The biggest day was yesterday, 4. Like I said, it's like a light switch. It's probably flicked on now. So we've had 1 this morning. They're going to stay, that cow's going to stay with mother. We're going to go around and look at the dry cows in a minute, see if any more are about. But so far, this is what has come out. So it's real early days, because due date is the 5th of February. So what's that, next Friday, next Saturday, something like that. But we're going to start this week. We're going to have a few. We're going to be up to about 35, 40 probably by the end of this week. Here's some of the calves coming out. What we got here, Henry? I think we've got 3 heifers and a bull. That one is the bull, actually. So that's the bull. 3 heifers there. You usually have a pretty one like that come out quite early on. I think we did last year. What I'm chuffed about though is they come out a bit more black and white. A bit more like this. This is red and white, but a bit more like this. This is what I'm looking for. Irish genetics. Like this. The little calves, because these are little jackets. These are little Jersey calf jackets. And they fit a treat on, but these are early calves. This calf here was the first one what was born. He's the biggest. He came out 3 weeks early. He's one of the biggest. All the rest are coming out. Probably this is about the right size at the moment for the calves, like for earliness. So we're going to have 5 to a pen when we get going, but because they're coming out in dribs and drabs at the moment, we are letting them space out a bit. So the 4 here, these haven't been on a teat feeder yet, so we're going to learn this afternoon. And then when these get going, 2 from there are coming here, and that'll be a 5. These 2 big ones, what are born like way before all the rest, will probably stay separate till we have another 3 big ones come out. But over the course of the next 4 or 5 weeks, we'll fill this whole shed up here. We can fit 90 calves in there at the moment. Hopefully we'll shift some calves outside, see what the weather's like, These calves here will be stay in the shed the longest. They'll probably do about 5 or 6 weeks in the shed because they're early and it's early in the season outside. But as we go into March, they're staying here for 3 weeks and then they go out to grass on big 50 teat feeders. It's important to get these grazing animals. If you really milk from grass, to get them out nice and early, get all those those field bugs and whatnot, get them used to it, get them immune to it. One thing we've changed, I think I said in my other video, is we were bedding down with barley. Don't like bedding down with barley because it gets boggy as it builds up. So we swapped to wheat. We stick to wheat now. Barley's only for bedding, for feeding. Bedding with wheat, straw. It doesn't get boggy in the bottom of the sheds now, because that is the main, real important thing for us, because we don't want bogginess in the bottom of the sheds. So we want to keep drilling free in there. Once we're done calving on the shed, this shed has no animals in it. It stays empty. It gets full of hay, straw, or machines. So the whole year after, it gets the air out and whatnot. But so far so good. We'll see how we get on. I didn't see this on the weather. This weather's shite. It's very exposed up here, so you ain't got much. It's very open. Big arable fields split up into 5-acre paddocks. We've got 32 5-acre paddocks on this farm. Milking cows right there. We've got about 50. With the last ones tailing off what are late calvers. They're probably staying tomorrow. We wanted to get this grazed off. See, this is a lot of grass out here. There was. And we've grazed it off because Monday, tomorrow, we're going to take a lot of slurry out. And this is like a 50-acre field. We're going to slurry the whole lot of that. And then it gets shut off there and it's set down in the dirt. It's just bone dry this ground. You just let cows out whenever you want, as long as it's in horrendous weather. Frosty or whatnot. Ain't too bad now. Get grazed off because we're organic, so we don't want to get sheep in or anything. Get grazed off down, get the muck on it, get nice, covering a slurry on it, and then we'll leave it to whenever. We'll leave it a long time, but we'll leave it to the warmth comes and takes that muck down in and pushes grass up what's miles off. It's a late starting farm too, this farm, so you're talking ages. Might get a warm spell, but on average talking April, aren't you? We've got these tracks everywhere. We've got miles of them, this side of the road, the other side of the road. It's great for the cows because you just we've got nowhere hedges too. We've got like one hedge this side, but that's probably the only hedge on the farm. And then just all these wires, so you can let cows off anywhere you want, let cows on anywhere you want. If it's really wet when we've got to graze, we'll spur track everywhere. But it's early days at the moment, so I'll show you this gateway up here when I let them in. They'll stay in probably tomorrow, especially if it's like this, because we don't want to fuck the ground up. So we're keeping them in the yard. We've got no trouble keeping them in the yard, but we do like to get them out to get a bit of like land management. There's a lot of grass out here. Now we fair off, so now we can come out with tankers now in tank like this 50-acre block and not chuck it on long grass. So that'd do a bit of good. It's not like we can put fertiliser on this farm. This cow's there going in. Henry's getting the last cow there. There we go. We're going to wrap this up in about 40 minutes, I reckon. Right, Henry's shutting that gate and I'm going to open this gate. Right, open this one. Really professional here. We're going to put them on the hedge like that. And that's set straight off, straight in. But yeah, it said on the weather it's dry all through this week and warm. But we're there's like this misty rain, see? Just want to keep them in. Keep on straw. We've saved on straw today and the shed's aired out. So it's still better for these cows to go out, but you've got to have nice dry ground and it can't be too bloody cold. This is about, you know, the limit. It is January, so we don't want to take the piss really. We don't want to fuck it up for the spring. But he done a good job that field. Now we can plaster that. Letting them out, we don't let them out because we just want it easy, mind. Letting them out is definitely not easy. It's easier just keeping them in. You know, it's alright letting them out. It's easier to, like, when you get, if you get this weather in like end of March, April, when you want to get them out, whatever, then it can get quite hard. Because what we don't want to do is start shitting everything up. So we don't want to drag shit and stones out on here and give us a headache. And these gateways here, what we open up, we don't want to tread that up. So what we have to do is do like a spur track along the side of the fence to get them out. And then when they come in, like put a big dome of fencing around here to get them to come in like a different angle on the track. Yeah, because you can really like, you mess it up for the summer really, and you want to, you know, you don't want to look a mess. You don't want to look like a dickhead. So, but no, we'll see how it goes. But we've done 5 days grazing now in January. I say 5 days, it's like 5 days of 2 hours a day. They come back in. Then go straight into the parlour now. We don't feed before milking. Because those crossbreds, it does taint the milk if you feed them before they go into the parlour. So it's like uncommon. It's not like, you know, you've got to do that. But we don't do it. So we don't want to taint the milk before they go in. So they go in the parlour now. They get 4 kilos of cake. They get milk, they come out, and then they go on a feed trailer load of silage. And then tomorrow we'll get them round, fill out a feed trailer and that, and they'll stay in tomorrow, I reckon. And that's it. Like, I look on the weather and it's like sunny. But I doubt it. I bet it's shite. There you go. All done? All done. I'll put this one on. That's a good one, Henry. You've got a nice bit of milk bar. Look at that, you sleep in milk. Look at that in milk. Oh, sorry, that's my bad. That's nice cow, that is. It's a good one for the camera. It's nice and really nice. Every side, once I fed them, I got to press the button to fill that side out and that side. Another one there, we've got a few dump bucket ones. Heifer here. Got a nice bit of height about them too. This one's fresh carver, what we call warty. She's got a few warts on her teats. That is when she was a heifer and you had fly trouble one summer. Last year, she's second time calving now, that one. It's a nice angle though. Gives some nice milk. This one, fresh carver, what Henry put on. Good 6 litres this afternoon. So another one there, 5 litres. Another 5 litres this afternoon. 6.4, 6.1. They're all coming in alright. So far, but they've been on hay since dry off right up to calving, so we don't stem them up or nothing, they just stay right on hay right the way through. Here's the one what calved this morning, got cleansing hanging out of him. Cool. Just hoping it can come out. There you go. Chuck it there so someone can slip up on it. Oh, I'll chuck it down a ship while I'm there. Another heifer there. Not a heifer, second time calver this one. This is what I like. Cows like this. Black and white. Not ever so big. He's going to be a fine cow when he comes in. That one. What we're looking for, Henry. Cows like that. Because we still want the milk. But you want the grazing too, and we don't want a hassle, we want them nice and strong. Henry, gonna feed the calves. So you're gonna feed the pen of 3, are you? Alright, see you in a minute. Alright, nearly done. So you're not going to be going out tomorrow, not like this. This is quite wet now. I'm blowing in here. Yeah, that's pretty wet. So at least when it's dark and dingy and wet, it calves throughout the day. You have a January like day where it's like nice and sunny in the daytime. The dry cows will come out in the yard and stand in the sun and not calve. But then when it's like dark in a calve all at night, but on a dark, dingy, like wet day, they just calve throughout the day. And that's what I like because it's not such a big run in the morning. When I come up early in the morning, and there's like 8 or 9 in the shed or something like that, and it's in the middle of like near the end of February, you know, you've been doing a week or 2 of it. It is hard going, you know, like because you've got to carry the calve out. And a lot of times they're wet. You get down your arms, like on your arms, like here, you get like that cleansing sort of stuff that makes your arms sore. You want to put some gloves on, really. I don't put gloves on. I don't like latex gloves, it irritates my hands. So I'm like a gloveless person, but a lot of people wear gloves. So if you can wear gloves, wear gloves. Right, so what ones you done, Henry? These ones here are still drinking. What about these ones here? Are these fed? Done. And then we've got to learn these in a minute. They're looking fairly full up, but we'll try, mate. Look nice and settled. This one here. One in. Nice hot milk, that's what we want. They are quite coarse at the moment, these teats. I had to put a little slit in them with my knife, make them a little bit bigger. Hold them second down. Right, I'll just leave you to finish that off and I'll go and put units down in the parlour, alright? Alright, what's it going like? Got one on, I see.
That one's straight.
Yeah? Right, there's another one here. There's one, Henry, and this one. It's so much easier than big black and holster on you ones. You literally just got to squirt it in their mouth, like that, and then they go. Right, I've got one from Viper, I'll hold them from mine. That's it. Yeah, they want guiding on.
You basically got this.
Right, he wants a bit more. Here we go. This is their first time. I like those partitions. Old school feeder, a lot of people don't like these feeders. I know I didn't use them for ages, but it does quite well. That's quite a strong calf, that one. They're all coming out the same size anyway, but very small. They need to carry 2 of these in this shed. Not too much, but nearly little. Right, ready to do this one? Right, I'll go you then, quick. What's that like? There we go. It's good, guys. It's great when you first start off calving. It's great with you know, all your sheds are nice and cleaned out and stored out, and all your pens. It's quite exciting. I do like it. Like, I'll see in a couple of weeks' time it'll be a bit, you know, a bit more of a chore. But the start is always good. They're all alright, aren't they? He's sloshing it down. That's going to be a strong calf. Before long, he'll go on with those two, and then these three in with those, with two of those. They're all going to come out like this for like the following next week, and then they'll start getting a little bit bigger. Because next, like, these are the early ones at the moment. Then next week you've got your on timers and your early ones, and then the week after you've got your late ones, your on timers, and your early ones, and that's when it starts really ramping up. And then we've got God knows how many weeks of that till you get to the end.